Hi, and welcome to Wisdom with Grace Yoga. My name is Sophie, and on this channel I am your manifesting yogini. I have a gentle practice for today for your period. If you don't have a period, for the new moon. This is part of a series titled Phases of Manifestation. If you haven't yet already, please head on over to my Etsy store to purchase a guide to go along with the series. There are journal prompts for each phase that you can fill out before each practice. With the new moon or your period marks the beginning of a new cycle. It's recommended in yogic traditions for menstruating women to practice rest at this time, not engaging in vigorous yoga practices or exercise or chores around the house, and rest. With rest comes more clarity, so it's a perfect time to get clear on your intentions for the upcoming cycle. In the guide, it talks more about what intentions mean in yogic philosophy and offers categories to fill out and journal on. So when you finish that, put some of your favorite music on and grab any blocks that you need, and let's begin. Begin in Supta Baddha Konasana, but before you do that, I highly recommend you purchase the guide that goes along with this series and fill out the journal entries before doing any of these practices. It can really make this experience a lot more meaningful for you. So when you're ready, we'll come into a Supta Baddha Konasana, and I'm using a bolster today to add a bit of a back bend to Supta Baddha Konasana, but you do not have to use a bolster if you don't have anything. You can just lie directly on your back or grab a couple pillows. I'm using the blocks today underneath my knees to bring some restoration, and I please invite you to bring something underneath your knees so that this becomes more of a restorative pose and we're able to relax a little deeper and rest in this posture a little bit more. So the theme of this practice is effortless practice. So coming into reclined on your back or onto the bolster, and make any adjustments you need here, scooting the hips forward, rocking the shoulders underneath you a little bit more, maybe tucking the chin under, lengthening the neck. Palms may be by your side, palms open, or onto the rib cage or abdomen. And taking a moment here to settle in. And noticing the space around you. What do you hear? What do you smell? What do you taste? Feeling the softness of your clothing. And beginning to observe the physical body. Do you notice any spaces in the body that you're gripping onto? See where you can relax and invite some effortless practice here. And beginning to observe the breath. And what does that observation, just simply observing your breath, does that add effort to your breath? Or does it take it away? Are you able to use the breath to be able to relax a little bit further? An invitation for baby's breath breathing in through the nose and out through the mouth. When we breathe in through the nose and out through the nose, that's a controlled breath. But when we invite and exhale through the mouth, we allow the body to relax a little deeper. And moving the blocks out of the way. We're going to use our hands to slowly press your way up. And walk your hands back. So we're leaning back slightly. And from here, walk the soles of the feet out nice and wide. And just sway the knees left and right. The head and neck might move in the opposite direction of the knees. And bring the soles of the feet back together. Press through the hands and lift the chest up and drop the knees out wide. And see if you can use the muscles of the outer hips to press the knees down and then lift them back up and down. And we'll do this a few times. Keep leaning back and lifting the chest up. And then walk your hands forward, moving the bolster out of the way if you have one there. And coming forward onto all fours. Moving through some gentle cat-cows. Inhale, belly drops. Gaze lifts, exhale, round through the spine. Moving in unison with breath. And again, inhale through the nose, exhale through the mouth. And then walking your hands about a palm's distance forward, spread the fingers nice and wide. Press through all knuckles of the hands and tuck the toes under, lift the hips back, and moving through a down dog. From your down dog, lifting the heels, swaying them to one side, and then the other. Maybe saying yes or no with the head if that feels okay, moving your jaw back and forth. And from here, walking your hands back to your feet for a gentle forward fold. Bend your knees as much as you need here to get to the torso, to the thighs. These standing forward folds are said to be beneficial if you deal with any heavy bleeding. Walking your hands back out and lowering down to your belly, coming into a Sphinx pose. Elbows underneath the shoulders. And we'll just press the heart forward, finding some effortlessness here in our Sphinx. If you need more, coming into seal, walking the hands out wider than the elbows and pressing the floor away. Bring your hands back down to the rib cage and pressing up and back, move into a child's pose, knees wide apart, toes together. Sit the hips back towards the heels and reach the palms forward. Or stacking one arm on top of the other for a pillow for your forehead. And using your hands, walking yourself up. Coming to one of my favorite postures to practice during my menstrual cycle, and that's Virasana. If you find yourself leaning pretty far forward onto your heels, the toes are together, then I invite you to grab a block or two and come to seated on the blocks. And while we're here, we'll just do some gentle neck stretches, bringing the left ear to the left shoulder. Try not to bring the shoulder to the ear. Drop the shoulder down. And if you want more of a stretch, you can bring your hands to your sides, reaching them to the floor. Breathing into any sensation. And then gently turning your chin in the direction of your armpit and dropping the chin down. And dropping the chin down, rolling over onto the other side. And do that a couple times, drilling just half circles. And then bringing your head back to center and dropping the right ear to the right shoulder. And rotating the chin in the direction of the armpit, tucking the chin under until you feel a stretch through the back line of the neck, side of the neck. And then gently roll the chin to the other side. We'll do those rolls again. If it feels wise in your neck to do a full circle, then go for it. Keeping length through the sides of the neck as we rotate through the head. And reversing direction. And just moving the chin side to sides, up and down. And bringing your hands to your heart. Pull the skin of the chest down as you gently tilt the head to the left side. And you'll notice, I'll do it on the right. So we can notice a stretch right from the jaw all the way down the neck as you pull the skin down. And moving to the other side. And releasing out of this, coming back through onto hands and knees. Move the props out of the way. Tuck the toes under and right into another down dog. Pedal out the feet here, lifting one heel, then the other, or just hold in stillness here in your down dog. Bringing the knees back down to the floor. Come to a seat. Coming to Baddha Konasana. So bringing the soles of the feet together once again. And this is something that I learned from a chiropractor that said this helps with menstrual cramps if that's something you experience. I used to sometimes have menstrual cramps. Lately it's been pretty easy for me. Knock on wood, it stays that way. But bringing the hands to the knees, pressing into the knees, and the hands, the knees press into the hands, not the hands press into the knees. So we're finding some strengthening here. As the knees press into the hands press back. And release. And then leaning forward with a flat back, you want to find a bit of a cow tilt with the low spine. So we're in a bit of an anterior tilt with the spine. If you find that your knees are way up here and you're rounding like this, trying to come forward, I recommend coming back to leaning back on our hands and lifting the chest up and pressing the knees down. And wherever you are, notice here what you can relax. Breathing in through the nose and out through the mouth. And slowly making your way up. Grab a block and have that handy for you. We'll come to reclined on our back once again. And drawing the knees into the chest. Crossing the right knee over the left. We're going to bring the ankles out wide and see if you're able to grab maybe just the shins. Maybe you can grab the ankles or maybe the tops of the feet into a reclined Gomukhasana. So the knees are stacked and reaching for the ankles or the feet or the shins. And release the hands, draw the knees back to center, and just cross the other leg on top. The left leg is now on top, and bringing the ankles out wide, reaching for the shins, the ankle, or the tops of the feet. And one more breath here. Release the feet to the mat, and we'll finish with a supported bridge. So if you have a block, the lowest setting or the second setting is probably going to be good enough for you here. And bringing the block right underneath your sacrum. You can lift the shoulder blades and walk them down. We'll lift and lengthen through the neck by lifting the head and bringing your arms by your side. And you can stay right here or heel toe the feet out and bring the knees, knock the knees together. Lifting your hips and moving the block out of the way. Rocking the knees side to side once again. Windshield wiper the legs. And this is where I leave you for your final resting posture of class today. Extending the legs out long in your Shavasana. Please take some time here in your Shavasana. I have a guided Shavasana in the meditation playlist linked in the description if you'd like one. Otherwise, you can turn off your devices and set your timer. Allow the body to effortlessly relax here. Thank you for practicing with me today. I hope you have a very effortless and easy period and new moon. Thank you. Namaste.